Here we go.
For the past 2 years, I've been testing different methods, lures and fly colors to figure out what truly works best. After countless sessions in different conditions, it has boiled down to one method and 2 flies. In this episode, I'm doing a final breakdown to see which one comes out on top, the dark fly or the bright one, and more importantly, why. Join me for early summer rainbow trout fishing with Bombarda and fly as we put dark versus bright patterns to the test and see what triggers the most strikes. Clear water, shifting light, and active fish makes this a perfect moment to compare colors and presentation. Dark flies usually excel when the light is low, creating a strong silhouette that trout can track easily. Bright and flashy flies come alive in clear water and strong sun, reflecting light and triggering reaction strikes. As conditions change, switching between dark and bright patterns can make a huge difference in early summer trout fishing. So which color will come out on top after all my sessions? Let's find out. For this fishing, I'm keeping it simple. Bombarda is the perfect method when you want the reach of spin fishing but the finesse of fly presentation, especially if you're not an experienced fly angler like myself. It's easy to rig, forgiving to cast, and incredibly effective when trout move between shallow and mid-depth zones. With a couple of well-chosen flies ready to go, I can quickly adjust to changing light and water conditions without overthinking it. That's what makes Bombarda so fun. Long casts, controlled retrieves, and a presentation that stays in the strike zone far longer than traditional fly fishing. I always fish with a 270cm spinning rod. Over the years, this has proven to be the perfect length for me. A casting weight around 30 grams handles most Bombarda floats while still keeping the rod sensitive and responsive. I prefer more parabolic action as it absorbs the fight beautifully and makes every fish feel exciting. The acetone from Myran, rated 10 to 30 grams, is a great option in this category and delivers impressive performance for its price point at around €60. If you want to learn the setup step by step, I've made a complete guide where I go through all the gear, the rig and the technique. It's in Swedish, but it includes full subtitles in more than 10 languages. I usually start with a medium slow retrieve to feel how the Bombarda and leader behave in the water today. Early summer trout can be picky, so presentation matters just as much as color. The goal here is to find the right depth and speed before I even think about which fly is the best. Once that's dialed in, the color test becomes much more meaningful. I begin with the dark fly because the fish are cruising fairly shallow and the light is still soft. Dark colors create a clean silhouette against the surface, making them easier for trout to track. I keep the retrieve steady and let the fly work just above the weed tops. This is usually where dark patterns shine, especially in early summer. Switching to a bright fly changes the whole feel of the presentation. With Bombarda, that shift becomes even more noticeable. The longer cast and slower sink lets the fly stay deeper, where a bit of extra flash helps trout pick it up. The first take in this session comes after some testing, and it's always interesting to see which color the trout commits to.
Sitter den. Here we go. Haha. Finally. In the net. Finally.
Over the past 2 years, most of my strikes, regardless of weather, wind or light, have consistently come on the brighter patterns. And once again, the orange one proves why.
Right. Now I changed and I go back to the bright one. I haven't seen any active fish, so it might be slow either way, but if we catch a pike, I'm so used to fishing for pike. If we catch a trout, I think we have a winner. There we go. We have a winner. I mean, this color is just insane. Here we go. I think this is actually one of the bigger trout I've ever catched So, in the net, here we go.
Early summer fish often hit hard when they finally decide, and this one is no exception. The fight gives a good sense of how the setup performs under pressure, and fits perfectly with what I've seen through all my sessions. I leave a text in the description if you're wondering about the gear I'm using. After fishing both options for a long time, a clear pattern starts to emerge. Dark flies tend to get more attention in the shallows, while the brighter ones consistently produce better when I fish slightly deeper. It's never been about one color being better, it's about matching depth, light, and how the trout behave on a specific day. That's the real takeaway from this kind of long-term testing. And trout can be incredibly picky, as you all know. Talking to anglers who know your lake or spot is always worth it. I fished places where green was the only thing that worked, and others where a hint of garlic on the power bait made all the difference. The options are almost as many as the waters you can fish them in. But after 2 years of testing, one thing has been consistent. Dark or bright flies have statistically been the more reliable choices. Trout fishing is all about adapting to light, depth, and fish movement. Dark flies tend to shine in shallow water and softer light, while bright flies often perform better deeper or in stronger sun. Bombarda fishing makes it easy to test both approaches without overthinking it. If I had to pick, I'd go with bright flies, especially orange ones, any day of the week. They've been incredible in my local lakes, and I can't wait to try them in new waters later this autumn. But if the water is affected in any way, low levels, murky visibility, or cloudy weather, and the bright ones stop producing, that's when I reach for the dark patterns. What flies do you usually use for trout fishing? Let us know in the comments below. I hope you join me for more content. And if you want to support the channel even further, you're more than welcome to join us on Patreon. Episodes air 4 weeks early, and a lot of the content is exclusive for Patreon members. You'll find the link in the description. As always, stay safe, take care of the fish, and hopefully, I'll see you next time.
Håller på med alltså. Håller på. This was a little bit too tight. I just snagged in a lot of trees.